Hey there, everybody. Welcome back for one last Blowfish breakdown. Noah Adcock-Howeth here with you. Less than 2 weeks until opening day, May 26th against the Macon Bacon. And today we're talking with the pitching coach at your Lexington County Blowfish, Matt Ribera from Mississippi Valley State University. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, doing well. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, man. Good to have you back down for year two. We're excited to get you going. How's things wrapping up for y'all out there?
We're trying to we're on the outside looking in, but we're still trying to kind of make that little playoff push, play spoiler, really just let these kids go into summer on a high note, ready to attack, the summer season with a full head of steam.
This has been your first year as a full-time coach and your first year at the Division I level working. What's that experience been like for you?
Oh my gosh, it has been everything any assistant coach could dream of. Plethora of experiences. Just wearing a lot of hats and just the attention to detail that it really takes when you kind of make that jump into this level, and you really see what separates the those big dogs from the other ones.
Absolutely. And you made a huge culture shock going from a GA at a little Jesuit school in West Virginia, jumping to a HBCU down south for the D1. So was it a bit of a tough adjustment period, or did you feel like you got in pretty seamlessly?
No, it was definitely just a culture shock in itself. Just being so up in the Northeast for 2 years, and being around that culture, and then coming into the Deep South and really being here. And at the end of the day, baseball is baseball, and the kids are kids, and it's just a different type of work ethic. Really, is what the biggest surprise was. I know it's a lot hotter down here, and it's a lot easier to be outside, but baseball is baseball, and I've had a hell of a time with these kids here at Valley.
Absolutely. Love to hear that. And we're thrilled to be able to get you back for year two. What was it that brought you back, and what are your goals trying to improve on here in year two with you and FICO?
Yeah, no. So what definitely brought me back was just the environment. The kids, the kids having a great time. They're wanting to get better. We're a small team for 2 months, and we really kind of grow together. We go through a lot of ups and downs together, and those relationships and being so close. I mean, we were in third place last year, and so being so close to being able to make the Petty Cup playoffs, that's definitely more than enough for me to come back and make another push, with this group alongside Coach Fico.
And you called it a close team, and that's really what it is when you bring in guys from all types of levels. But how is it for you when you've got guys that redshirted and haven't thrown a real inning since high school or last year, whatever, versus guys that have been taking the ball for 7 innings every 5 to 7 days? How are you balancing roles and just getting everybody set on the same path?
Yeah, no, that's always a challenge as any pitching coach. You come in, and it comes down to communication, understanding where guys are most comfortable, where they feel most successful, and then kind of, especially in these first couple of weeks, you're kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Hey, here you go. I'll let you take this back end, or hey, you say you're a starter. Here you go, earn this job. And after a couple of weeks, a lot of these roles will start to settle down, and we'll really establish a starting rotation. We'll establish, more concrete roles. But with communication is the biggest thing, especially when we come in on that first day.
How about for those first couple weeks where maybe some of the bigger D1 guys are still in the midst of conference play, or possibly even
Right.
further if they make the NCAA? So you're dealing with some guys that the ones that are there may not be the ones you have at the end of the season. How are you making sure you can still rack up the wins, because those games still count, while also just making sure everything runs the way it should?
Definitely, it's taking advantage of an opportunity. If you do your job, and you do everything we ask from a coaching standpoint, there should be no problem. It's just because he's coming from maybe a bigger school doesn't mean he just comes in and takes that spot right away. Everything is earned, and that's the biggest thing I've learned from Coach Fico. And that's the type of demeanor that we want our guys to have, that dog mentality every time they step on the field. And so I know these guys that are going to come in, from the jump in early or late May, we're going to ride with those guys, and I know they're going to be all in. And then, hey, once everybody else trickles in, they see the system, they see what it's about, and I know they'll be excited to get on board as well.
And that attack mode makes it a lot more fun to watch for the fans too. Just guys that are into it, that want to be there and prove themselves, I'm sure.
No, definitely. We love the city of Lexington. We want to play for every single fan out there that pays their hard-earned money. We want to put on a great show. We want to put on a great environment. That we're baseball's first. We're there to win. And that's all that matters. It's putting up the wins at the end of the scoreboard, and making sure that you guys go home happy every single time.
You pay the lip service and it sounds good, but when it comes down to working with the players, what would you say your coaching style is? What do you focus on? Are you more of a new age analytics guy? You like to go with the old school? How would you describe your work?
Definitely more new school. I'm really big on stats. First pitch strikes. A lot more just kind of looking at pitch percentages, see swing and misses. How do we throw our fastball for a strike, and kind of how does that play off? How does every other pitch play off the fastball, and things like that. Being in the CPL, it was really fun playing around with the TrackMan last year and being able to see numbers with guys and spin rates and see why we were successful. Because we threw X, Y, and Z. And so being able to do that again with this new group of young college players that are looking to develop, looking to hit, when August comes, it's about developing and being better than you were when you left in the spring. And that's my goal. Obviously getting wins is number one, but it's making sure every single pitcher is, better before they got here and, better when they leave.
Absolutely, because the wins matter to us and to the fans for sure, but there are college coaches, guys that they want to see their guys come back improved and ready to take on the next spring. So the wins matter to us, but like you said, getting the guys better and ready is just as important, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. And that's been a big thing. It's just as well, not just communicating with the players, but with the coaches as well. The college coaches put a lot of trust, and especially arms. Arms are very, they're a very valuable treasure in today's game. And so I make sure that I just communicate with those coaches, understand pitch limits or innings limits, things like that, and just see what the goal is for August, what type of role, and then try to emulate that as much as I can in the summer.
Makes sense. What was your start in coaching? How did you get into the business, and how have you kind of worked your way up from scratch so far?
Yeah, so I started actually just after graduating from college. I was back home, and my buddy he had a travel ball program that needed a coach. And so long story short, I was there for about 2.5 years back in Austin, Texas. And I was fortunate enough to be able to work a summer camp for the University of Texas. And that really opened up my eyes to that whole world of college baseball. And I saw, just it's great facilities. And until I was there, I didn't realize, oh my gosh, like there's baseball out here with, this talent of kids. And it just kind of really, really created this spark. So I then set out my resume and was fortunate enough to get a GA position at Wheeling. And now I'm here, just 3 years into this, and really fortunate to Fico and Bill and these guys just giving me a chance here to get some more experience under my belt.
That's quite the rise really quickly. And I feel like that really just speaks to your work ethic and drive more than anything. But you and I were talking earlier, and you were saying about how when COVID hit, you were trying to get reps. You ended up in one of the only leagues that was still going in 2020. So can you speak a little bit about your time in Texarkana, just what that was like when everything else was shut down, and what kind of the differences are between that year and now the CPL?
Yeah, so the TCL, the Texas Collegiate League, was such a blessing for me. I was a young coach that needed experience, I needed reps. And so Coach Brandon Schmidt there at Hendricks now, he gave me a really good opportunity to go down to East Texas there and be able to just be a pitching coach, make those decisions, kind of take off the reins, if you will. I was a young GA, and he let me just really kind of get my first taste of everything. And I was just really fortunate to be around a great group of kids. In comparison to Lexington, it's definitely a step up with just the speed of the game, the type of players and where they're coming from. But with that said, the fans are the biggest thing. And when you go to Savannah, that whole ordeal. And I think it's an amazing experience for every student athlete to experience. Go be in front of all these fans, go be anxious, go be nervous, and then go overcome it. And that's what I love here in the CPL.
So Wheeling was the past, the Delta Devils are the present. What would you say the future is going to look like for you?
Yeah, the future is definitely continuing to get a little bit more south. I've got a girlfriend that we've been dating for quite some time now, and I've got to plant my roots somewhere. And I think it's going to be in the southern Louisiana region. So hopefully here sooner rather than later, we can start to make those moves, and grow, in life together.
Always got to do it sometime. Great to see that you got the plan.
Yes,
While we
no,
have you for the
I'm
summer, though, what have been your favorite parts of being in Lexington County this summer?
no, definitely. It's just been the town itself. There's so much to do, and you have the lake there, and it's just a really good summer town. It's just a very, you know, an exciting culture, and so I'm just looking forward to the people. I'm looking forward to the miscellaneous activities that could go along with the great community, and and just seeing that community and how it revolves every home game to Lexington. I'm looking forward to it very much so.
Where do you find yourself on those rare off hours? At the lake? Are you downtown? What are you doing in your downtime?
Yeah, so no, in my downtime, I'll definitely go for a walk, maybe a run. I'm looking forward to spending a little more time on the lake this summer than the previous. But no, definitely just taking a walk, maybe finding the local brewery and seeing how I can, if I can find my way into a little pub here or there.
There we go. Just one last thing, and then we'll let you go. I'm sure you started to get some information on the guys that are going to be under your watch. What
Mhm.
can you kind of give in terms of a preview of what the rotation and the bullpen is going to look like for 2022?
Yeah, no, I know. Just really speaking on returners, guys, we got coming back. We've got William Privet from College of Charleston. He was a really anchor guy for us on the front end, so we're excited to have him come back. I know he's been, having a hell of a year down there in Charleston. On the back end, we've got Garrett Houston coming back. He has just really been a lights out guy for us. We're going to need his energy and his attitude, to close out those close ball games. Relieving. We've got a couple guys, and Aaron White, Parker Whittle, that can really kind of be those setup guys, those matchup guys for us, that can obviously get us to Garrett. And obviously we have newer guys coming in from all over as well, and we're just excited to hit the ground running, see what these guys are made of, and just let them have the ball and see what they can do with it.
Seems like it's going to be a great team. Like you said at the top, y'all were that close to the playoffs last year. Seems like y'all are ready to get over the hump.
Yeah, I know we are. I know, speaking to Fico throughout this whole season leading up to it, just recruiting players and little things here and there. I know we're both very excited to make that push. We're both him and I are both young, and so we're just trying to learning from those mistakes, and we're going to move forward and really set sail with this new Blowfish team this summer.
Can't wait to watch. Can't wait to be a part of it. Matt, thank you so much for taking the time today. We're just getting ever closer, and we can't wait to get started.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on, and just kind of it's getting me excited just talking about it here and there. I'm ready to rock and roll, ready to get to Blowfish Stadium and make this happen this summer.
You and me both. Counting down the days. It's less than 2 weeks, like we said. Fish Tank gonna be rocking. We hope to see everybody out there. It's gonna be a good one.
Yes, sir.